Hey everyone, welcome to Fresh Library YouTube channel. Today in this class we are going to discuss about logical operators. Logical operators. So in the last class we have discussed about comparison or equality operators. Okay, but in this class we are going to discuss about logical operators. By the end of this video you are able to learn about logical operators and what are the different types of logical operators and how to perform operations using logical operators. Okay, how to give different kinds of input and what will be their respected output. Okay, by the end of this class you are going to learn all these topics. Okay, before proceeding into today's session, let's have an overview of what we have completed till now. Okay, so these are the list of the topics which I am going to show you. Till now, we have covered these topics. What is Python? Who and when invented? Why Python? Flavors of Python. Okay. Uses of ideal and PyCharm. Writing a small program or first program. Okay. We have discussed about data types. And data types has taken some more days, more time to complete. Remaining types are completed very quickly. Okay, because these are very small topics when compared to data types. And then we came to know operators and different kinds of operators: arithmetic, relational, comparison or equality operators. Till now we have discussed here, and today we are going to discuss about logical operators. Okay, without any further delay I'm going to start our session. So comparison or equality operators means it will have only two values, equal to or not equal to, um, and we have tried by giving different kinds of inputs to them. Okay, if the condition satisfied, then it will give true. If the condition is not satisfied, then it will give false. Okay, and we have given string of strings to as inputs and float values, complex data types, and chaining operators also, chaining values also. Okay, now we are going to discuss about logical operators. This is the fourth type of operator, logical operators. Okay, so what are the logical operators are there? We are having three types of logical operators. They are and, are, not, and, are, not. Okay, so what is the condition for this and operator? So here I am going to write the condition for and or and not operators. So and operator will work if both, give me a minute, if both args are true, then only then only result result is true. If both args are true, then only the result is true. I will explain this point in a brief way by doing some practicals. Okay. Next, now I'm writing the rules for these and or not operators. Okay. After writing these, then we will go for practical. If you can't understand this, you can't or you are unable to perform practicals on these operators. Okay, that's why first I'm specifying the rules. Sorry. If argument one argument is true, then result is true. Result is true. Next one, not. Next one, not equal to. What is the condition for this one? Complement. Complement means if it's true, if the condition is true, it will give false. If the condition false, then it will give true. Like that, it will work. Complement. Complement of the given input. Okay. Okay. And here I'm going to write how it will operate. Okay, for and operator I'm going to write here. So if the condition both are true, then it will give true. If the condition true and one condition is true and second condition is false, then it will give false. I will write the logic here. Okay, so here t means true and means and operator, and again t means true. If we give both true conditions, then it will give true. And if the condition is true, first condition is true and second condition is false, then it will give false. Next, if the condition is false and first condition is false and second condition is true, sorry, we need to give always capital letters for these true and false. Then it will give false. Next, if both are false conditions, false and false and false, that is, it will give then false. Okay, if the both conditions are true, then it will give true. If one condition is true and second condition is false, then it will give false. If one condition is false and second condition is true, then it will give false. Okay, if both conditions are false, then it will give false. Okay, and what about this is about and operator. Now I am going to write for or operator also. Or operator conditions are if first condition is true and second condition is also true, then it will give true. Next, if first condition is true or and second condition is false, then it will give which one? True. Now, if first condition is false, if first condition is false or and the second condition is true, then also it will give true. Next, if both are false or false, so it will give false. Okay, this is the condition for false. True. Or operator. Next, what are the conditions for not operator? Not means if not is true, if the condition is true, then it will give false because it is a complement of the given. Okay, false. Next, if the condition is not false, then it will give true. Okay. Um, so if it's condition is true, it will give false. If the condition is false, then it will give true. These are the rules for this and are not operators. And are not operators. Okay. So these are comes under in Boolean types behavior. Okay. These are comes under in Boolean type behavior. For non-booleans also, I'm going to write the notes and I will explain non-boolean values also, and I will do practicals for both boolean and non-booleans also. Okay, for boolean types behavior, for boolean types behavior, these are the rules. Now let's implement these in practical. Okay, so for doing practicals, so I'm opening the ideally. Okay, I'll open the ideally. So in this I'm going to write different kinds of inputs, and we can see their respected or associated outputs. Okay, so 10 and 20, I'm giving here 10 and 20. The output will be what? 20. For suppose I'm giving 20 and 10, what will be the output? 10, right? And what will be the output for if I give 0 and 20? 0 and 20. The output is 0. What is the logic behind that? We need to understand. We need to understand. So the logic behind this is, and here I have given non-boolean values. Boolean means we have to give either true or false. Okay, but for non-boolean we can give integers or any other data types. So for integer data type I had given integer data type means there are comes under non-boolean values. Okay, non-boolean data types. Okay, but what is the reason behind this? We are given 10 and 20. So in this 20 is larger, 10 is small, but it has given 20. If the same condition is applied for second type of inputs also, then it has to give another input instead of 10, and here it has given 0, okay, instead of 20. If it is only giving higher values, then here also it has to give 20. If it is giving lower values, then here also it has to give 10 instead of 20. But why it is considering this kind of inputs, why it is giving these kinds of outputs? Okay, the logic, here we are going to know the logic behind that. Okay, so for understanding that logic, I am going writing here three rules. Okay, what are the two rules are? For non-boolean, for non-boolean type behaviors, the rules are: first one, 0 means false. As we know, we have discussed about this in while discussing about the Boolean data types in our previous session. 0 means false and 1 means true. 1 means true means non-zero values are considered in true. Okay, so here I am going to write that rule also. Non-zero non-zero means true. Next one, empty string is always false. Is always false. Is always false. These are the rules for these non-Boolean type behaviors. Non-Boolean type behaviors. So let's check the our outputs. So here these are the non-Boolean behaviors. Okay, fine. Next, 0 means false. Give me a minute, guys. So here we need to specify another rules also for this one. X and by. If if x evaluates to false. If x evaluates to false, return x. Otherwise, return y. Otherwise returns y. Now, next the second rule is, so here first rule is if x evaluates to 0, I mean if x evaluates to false, then it will return x value. Otherwise it will return y value. So here um, so let's consider 10 as x and 20 as y. Okay, 10 as x and y as 20. Okay, so here x evaluates to false means if x value is false, then it will return x value. So here 10 means not a false number. Okay, here 0 will be the only false number. Okay, but here we had given 10 means not false. That's why it has written if it is not a false condition means it is true. So if it is true, then it will give y value 20. Okay, next second example, if x value evaluates false, here 20 is also a false value. Okay, 20 is also true, it's not a false value. So that's why it has given 10 means here y value, that's why it has given 10. And here 0 is false, 0 means false, right? So that's why so if it is false, then it will return x value only, that's why it has given 0. Okay, um, but remember guys, for understanding this logic, we have to watch our class the second time or third time, then only you can understand. Otherwise you may get confusion. Okay, you may get confusion between false and true, boolean and non-boolean, 0 means false, these will get more confusion to you. But if you see the our session for the second time or third time, then only you can understand. Okay, so here I am going to explain the same thing again for giving clarity without any confusion. So here just 0 means only false. Okay, so 10 means not a 0 value. Okay, that means it is true. If is true, it will give y value. If it is true, it is give y value. If it is true, it will give y value. But if it is false, it will give x value. If it is false, it will give x value. If it is false, it will give x value. So in the first condition is not a false condition, 10 means not false, 10 means true. If it is true, then it will give y value. Otherwise I will, okay, here I am going to write another point also. If x evaluates to true. Okay, for understanding purpose I am giving some more detailed point for this one. Okay, if x value false, return y value. If x value is true, it will return x value only, right? X. False, if it means give false, it will give y value. If it is true, it will give x value. Okay. Okay, now it's correct. So here, if if x value equals to false, return x value. If the x value equals to true, then it will give return y value. Okay. So here 10 is true. Okay. True means it will give y value. True means y value it will give. Okay. Here 20 also true, but here the y value is 10. That's why it has given 10. Okay. Next, if the first condition is false, so first condition, if y value is to false, so 0 means false. If it's false, then it will return x value only. That's why it has given 0 only. Okay. For understanding this, you need to watch our class second time and third time. Then only you will get clarity. Okay. And I'm going to write the notes for x or y. So if we are specified here the conditions for x and y, now we are going to write the notes for x or y. X or y. Okay. What are the conditions for x or y? For x or y, if x evaluates, if x evaluates true, then result is x. Otherwise, otherwise result is y. Otherwise the result is y. If x evaluates to true, then the result is x. Okay, if x evaluates true, then the result is x. Otherwise result is y. Otherwise the result is y. So here in the above, for x and y, if x evaluates to true, okay, then it will return y value. But here if x evaluates to true, then the result is x only. Okay, that is the difference between these two. Just to understand these 2 points, to get clarity, if x evaluates to true, then it will return y value instead of x. But here if x evaluates to true, then it will give x value only. Okay. So here I'm going to do the practical for that or operator. Uh, I'm going to close and I have to open fresh ideally to get clarity and to remove confusion. So here, wait. So here I'm going to give 10 or 20. So the output will be 10 only, right? The output will be 10 only, because if x evaluates to true, then the result is true. I mean, the result is x. So here 10 means true only. If it is 0, then only it will get false. If it's true means if it's 10 means it will give true value, true only. It will give the first x value only. Okay. So 10 means true. That means it is going to give x value. Here x equal to 10, y equal to 20, x equal to 10, y equal to 20. So first condition is first input is true, that's why it is given true. Okay, now I want to give 0 or 20. Okay, so what it will give? It will give 20, because first condition, first input is false. If it is false, then it will return y value. If it is false, then it will return y value. That's why it has given 20. Okay. Next, our next operator is not. Today's topic is more confusing topic, but if you get a hands-on experience, then only you will get some clarity. Okay. So the first rule for this not operator is if x evaluates to false. If x evaluates to false, then result is true. Otherwise false. Otherwise false. Okay. If x evaluates to false, then the result is true. Okay, otherwise false. That means if you give true, it will give false. If you give false, it will give true. Let's understand this by doing practically. So here, yeah. So here I'm going to give not 10 means false. Not 10 means uh, it is giving true value. Not 10 means true, right? So it is given false. Okay, 10 means true, 0 means false. Okay, now I am going to give not and empty string. Empty string. What it will give true. Okay, I am not specified any value for the second input, but it will give true. So the rule is the logic or rule behind this is, if you give empty string, it will give true. If you we give empty string, it will give true. Okay. Next, I am going to give here 10 10 or to give space here, 10 or 10 by 0. What will be the output? 10. Okay, so first we have given 10. That means not a false value. It's true. So 10 by 0 means 10 only, right? Okay. But if instead of this, if you give 0 or 10 by 0, 0 or 10 by 0, so it will give error. It will give error because 0 division error. As we know, it will not calculate the 0 values. Okay, so we can't give the 0 as first inputs for for this operator. Okay, for this operator. Oh, okay, these are about and are not operators, and are not operators. Okay, so I'm going to explain the today's class again because you may get confusion. So first one, logical operators. Today's our topic is logical operators. What are the logical operators we have? And are not, and are not, and these and are not are comes under in Boolean data types, Boolean types. Okay, so what are the rules for these and are not is, if for a and operator, if both arguments means both inputs are true, then only result is true. If both if one argument is false, then it will give false value. And for our operator, if one argument is true, then the result is true, otherwise false. And not, if you give true value, it will give false value. If you give false value, it will give true value. Okay. So, and for non-boolean behaviors, 0 means false and non-zero means true. Empty string is always false. Okay, empty string is always false. Okay, next. Yeah, this we had given here not operator, but this is for different operator. Okay, next. And x and y, both, if xi value is to false, it will return x value, otherwise it return y value. If x evaluates to true, then only it will return y value. Okay, and for x or y, if x evaluates true, means if x given true, then the result is true, or then the result is x. Okay, otherwise it will return y value, then the result is y. And for not, it will give complement. If you give false, it will give true. If you give true, it will give false. This is about logical operators. Okay, you have doubts on today's session, please comment below. Or and if you have any doubts regarding any of our previous sessions, then also you can comment below. I hope this video is helpful for you. Thanks for watching.